Mucha Lucha! New Looney Tunes show, aka Wabbit. New Scooby-Doo mysteries. Paddington Bear. Pebbles and Bam Bam. Perils of Penelope Pitstop. Pinky and the Brain. Pinky, Elmira and the Brain. The Powerpuff Girls. A pup named Scooby-Doo.
What is good, y'all? YD here, back with another video, and today, man, Tubi, y'all the truth for this one, man. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it.
Cartoon Network shows have always been hard to find on streaming, and when HBO Max launched in 2020, it promised to be a haven for the studio's iconic catalog. But jump to 2026 and well,
there's nothing.
A majority of Cartoon Network's catalog has been eradicated from the service. And while plenty of their 2010 titles have found a home over on Hulu, the real nostalgic hits of the late 90s and early 2000s went without a streaming home. Until now. As a new challenger has stepped into the ring, Tubi, rescuing a buttload of animated series, including the Cartoon Network catalog, and hosting them on their service for free, making these shows very accessible to a new generation. So not only do I want to talk about all the animated goodness that's coming to Tubi, but also put some worries to rest, as a lot of people fear that a stronger library will lead to Tubi becoming a paid service.
Y'all are asleep on Tubi right now. Like, Tubi is winning, y'all. Y'all don't even know it. Like, everybody was going to Tubi to watch all the movies that were low budgeted, but y'all sleep on the actual shows that they got. Like, they got a lot of shows, reality shows that we used to watch when we was younger, like the Flavor of Love and all that stuff with Flavor Flav and Cheryl and Chance. And they even got like some older shows that wasn't on Cartoon Network, like Men in Black, the animated series, Jackie Chan Adventures, even shows that I haven't seen since I was a little kid, man. Like, if you want to see nostalgic stuff, I think Tubi is the #1 free streaming service that you guys can check out. But let's get back into it.
Which I believe isn't even on the table. So let's dive right in. A couple of days ago, Tubi tweeted, "My cartoon era begins March 1st, sharing a list consisting of classics such as..." Oh my god! Do y'all got Blackmail and Zaslav or something? Damn! It's like the motherlode of Hanna-Barbera, Cartoon Network, and Warner Bros. Animated series. Abbott and Costello cartoons, the 1974 Addams Family, The Adventures of Batman, Animaniacs, Aquaman, Astro and the Space Mutts, Adam Ant, Baby Looney Tunes, Sick Days Just Got Lit Again, Batman the Brave and the Bold, Be Cool Scooby-Doo, Beetlejuice, the OG Ben 10, Beware the Batman, Captain Caveman and the Teen Angels, Captain Planet, Codename Kids Next Door, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Dastardly and Muttley and Their Flying Machines, Dexter's Laboratory, Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, Dragon's Lair, Duck Dodgers! You know what, we can just stop right here. Tubi won. They got Duck Dodgers. Man, kiss my ass, HBO Max. Dukes and Dazzard, the animated series. Dumb and Dumber, the animated series. Who remembers? Now that's a deep cut. Dynamite Dog Wonder. Ed, Edd and Eddy. Evil Con Carne. Flintstone Family Adventures. Flintstone Kids. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Freakazoid. Great Grape Ape. Help is to Hair Bear Bunch. Hong Kong Phooey. Johnny Quest. Justice League. Justice League Action. Crypto the Superdog. Legion of Superheroes. Lunatics Unleashed. Looney Tunes 3D Shorts. Looney Tunes Cartoons. Mad. Magilla Gorilla. Mucha Lucha. New Looney Tunes show, aka Wabbit. New Scooby-Doo mysteries. Paddington Bear. Pebbles and Bam Bam. Perils of Penelope Pitstop. Pinky and the Brain. Pinky, Elmira and the Brain. The Powerpuff Girls. A pup named Scooby-Doo. Quick Draw McGraw. Ricochet Rabbit. Scooby and Scrappy-Doo. Scooby-Doo Mystery Inc. Incorporated. Shaggy and Scooby-Doo Get a Clue. Smurfs. Snagglepuss. Static Shock. Super Friends. Supernatural the anime series. Wait, what? Brother, when did they make this? 2011? Dude, back in high school, we spent so much time in graphic design class just watching Supernatural over and over. That show became one of my hyperfixations at some point, not really by choice. And I never knew they had an anime series? Oh my goodness. Do you know how many people are about to find this on Tubi and go, wait, is this actually real? I don't know, that's crazy. Let's move on.
It's called anime.
and it's an art form.
Actually, no, let's not move on because why do they got Sam out here looking like Light Yagami? Can we get Powerpuff Girl Z up in here? Hello? Tasmania, Teen Titans, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, The Batman, The Completely Mental Misadventures of Ed Grimley, The Frankenstones, The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, The Heathcliff and Dingbat Show, The Mask Animated Series, The New Adventures of Batman, The New Adventures of Gilligan, The New Fred and Barney Show, The New Scooby-Doo Movies, The Plastic Man Comedy Adventure Show, The Real Adventures of Johnny Quest, The Secret Squirrel Show, The Super Globetrotters, The Yogi Bear Show, Tiny Toon Adventures, Tom and Jerry Comedy Show, Tom and Jerry Kids, The Tom and Jerry Show, Tom and Jerry Tales, Top Cat, Unikitty, Wacky Races 2017, Shaolin Showdown, Yo Yogi, Yogi's Galaxy Goof Ups, Yogi's Gang, Yogi's Space Race, and finally Yogi's Treasure Hunt. I did not know half of these existed, but the titles actually launching on March 1st are Animaniacs, Powerpuff Girls, Teen Titans, The Batman, Ben 10, Pinky and the Brain, Justice League, Batman the Brave and the Bold, Dexter's Laboratory, Ed, Edd n Eddy, Courage the Cowardly Dog, Tasmania, Foster's, Kids Next Door, The Mask, and Yogi's Gang. Wow, dude. That is so much. And it's really telling when it comes to what Tubi is going for.
I'm kind of glad that they did this, but, you know, I went ahead myself and started going and buying all the old school complete series of the shows that I grew up watching because, like they said, it was hard to find. Like, on what streaming services can you get the actual shows that you grew up watching? It's not a lot. And Tubi is one of them ones, man. As you see, all the freaking shows, the Hanna-Barberas, the Nickelodeon, I don't say Nickelodeon, but all the Cartoon Network stuff, pretty much, all of it. And I'm here for it. I'm about to be binge watching show after show after show like I was a kid again, man. Watch all the episodes that I didn't get to complete watching, you know, because when your mom got cable and that cable go out, so does them episodes. That's why a lot of anime I'm kind of missed out on anyways, too. But we ain't gonna get into that. But yeah, this is awesome, y'all. I could save some money. But there are some shows that probably is not on here, and I'm still gonna go ahead and get those. So when you don't have internet, you can still watch them on DVD. But let's get back into it.
Definitely are catering to the old heads of all the Hanna-Barbera picks. I'm talking if you're in your late 30s or your 40s or your 50s. That's the crowd who's most likely to remember all these shows and try to expose it to their kids, maybe their nieces, nephews, grandchildren, you get the idea. As someone who never dug too deep into the Hanna-Barbera library, I'm mostly familiar with all the big hits such as the Flintstones, Scooby-Doo, etc. So I am excited to finally check out some of these shows. But once again, they're clearly trying to cater to those who grew up in the 2000s, with not only the Cartoon Network titles, but the WB shows, a few of which have never made it to streaming in the United States before, not even on HBO Max, like Duck Dodgers, Shaolin Showdown, and Mucha Lucha. Lunatics Unleashed is definitely a surprise, but a welcomed addition. It just felt like Warner Bros. Was, embarrassed of that show's existence, dodging its acknowledgement at any cost. I may not remember a single plot point or episode from that show, but I still kinda liked it. Was it weird that the main cast of characters were descendants of the Looney Tunes versus just being a different take on them, like Duck Dodgers? Yeah. Did it probably take itself too seriously? Again, I don't remember anything, but probably. Did it still have aura and dashes of bright, pretty colors that took with my brain as a kid? Yeah, and sometimes that's enough. I will say, while this lineup is stacked, it also feels a little incomplete. I'm guessing anything that's currently on HBO Max and Hulu are off limits, as we have some 2010 shows as Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated and Unikitty. We're missing some pretty big titles like Adventure Time, Regular Show, Chowder, and Flapjack. There's also some glaring omissions from the 2000s like Samurai Jack. A lot of the franchises also feel incomplete, as we have the 05 Ben 10, but there's no sign of Alien Force, Ultimate Alien, or Omniverse. We have the OG Justice League and Justice League Action, which is a separate series entirely, but we don't have Justice League Unlimited, or Young Justice, or the Batman and Superman shows that got this universe rolling. They're working with what they got, and it won't be a problem right away, but over time, people are gonna burn through these shows and get frustrated when the next part of the story just isn't available. So hopefully they're planning to add them over time. This is really exciting, and I'm happy that people either get to revisit their childhood memories or experience shows that they missed out on growing up, though I hope they add some sleeper hits like OKKO or Infinity Train. Come on, Tubi, you know you want to.
But appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me know what y'all think, man. If y'all gonna watch any of these shows, y'all see any shows that y'all grew up watching, are y'all just excited as I am, you know? But appreciate y'all for tuning in as always. And until next time, y'all, I'm out.